Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. You may follow me on the book, the Talk, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, the Fan Base, the Insta, and the Pinterest. I say that like begrudgingly. I don't know why. I actually used to love Pinterest. I have like thousands of pins on there. Because I used to be on there all the time. Or not, totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. Whatever does not fit, just leave it on the table for someone else. And you don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. Oh man, I'm tired, y'all. We had our stuff breakdown yesterday at work. And it's the mechanics where we pick into a box and then it gets sent away, and robots actually put the lid on the box and the label on the box, and they get sent to the truck. So we don't have that. We didn't have it yesterday. We don't have it today. So that means everybody's straight picking. All the totes get sent to packing, and all the packers have to pack the totes. And I forgot what it was like not to have the new system. I'm like, holy crap, this is why I was always tired. And now I'm tired again. And apparently they didn't fix it today. They want everybody to come in early again tomorrow. We came in early today. I'm off tomorrow. Nobody asked me to work. But it's like, what the heck? Like, fix it. And my one friend, she's like, they need to put it in a box and send it back to where it came from because it's nothing but problems. And that is true. The system like works for shit. And I think they paid like 15 million for it, 20 million for it. When really they probably could have spent a fraction of that just taking that whole upper floor where they put all that BS and just put in more pack stations and have the totes go up and around to the other pack stations. Like it could have been so much easier. because here's the other thing. Even with we have two on the table. Even with the new system, eventually, they're still going to have to put in more pack stations because there's not enough. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we're again overrun, even with that system. So, like they should have just put in more pack stations anyway. In all honesty, the thing that's really stupid is that whole section. It used to be just open space. It's above the offices. It's above the big break room, the main break room, the locker room, and our I call it our fallout shelter. It's our emergency shelter, which is funny because the emergency shelter holds 300 people. We now have 800 people in the warehouse plus. And granted, we don't have 800 people there, at once, not usually. But you got to figure we probably have anywhere from 300 to 500 people at once. So where are all the other people going to go? Anywho, they used almost that whole space up there for the new system. And there's a little bit of room at the end where they could probably put in maybe like 6 or 8 pack stations, maybe 4 to 6. Because you also got to put the line through there too. So I don't know. They didn't think it through. They really didn't think it through. They should have moved the new system further down, because not everybody goes up there anyway, just the people that know how to run. We only have like 5 or 6 guys that know how to run the system up there. That's what they do all day now. They should have moved that farther down and left that area open for pick stations or pack stations. But they didn't do that. And they don't think ahead. Like this is a worldwide company. This is a Fortune 500, 100, I don't freaking know. And they never think ahead. I think I've told you guys before. They built our building. It'll be 4 years in June. So we moved into our building in June of 2021. Okay, it was like the middle of COVID. And or end of COVID. I mean middle of COVID, right? Middle, end, yeah, whatever. We moved in there June of 2021. They had been building it for about 2 years, and it had been in the process for like a total of 5. And they knew when they were building the building that in 5 years, so in 2026, because we opened in 2021, so we'll just give them a little leeway there. So in 2026, they figured that the building would be too small, that we would outgrow the building. And I think I told you guys, I was told last year that we technically already outgrew the building, and we haven't hit the 4-year anniversary yet. That will happen in June. And I was told last year. It's kind of crazy. And we're in the medical industry, so like no one's never gonna not need supplies. I mean, during COVID, we were considered, what was it? What is it we were called? I want to say efficient. That is not it. We were needed personnel, let's put it that way. We got 5 on the table. We got 7. Okay, let's do 2 more shuffles. This one might be an easy one. This one might be a short one. I feel like the last couple of days have been shorter. Yesterday's was kind of short. Am I wrong? Yesterday's were short? Last shuffle. All right. Let me set this here. All right, we got break free, water element, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, soul contract, romanticize, root chakra, strength, blocked, divine timing, bottom of the deck. All right, so here's the dealio. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. I feel like for most of you this already happened. Some of you this might not have happened yet with the divine timing. So here's the deal. Someone, you, broke free of a water element. Again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't matter. Feminine, masculine. This is someone you are in soul contract with. This is someone that at some point during this relationship, you were romanticizing it. Either you romanticized it during or after, or maybe both. All right. When in reality, this was more about the root, if you know what I mean. This was more about the sex. There was nothing to romanticize. It took strength for you to walk away from this. This is someone that you blocked. And if you didn't actually, we've been talking about this a lot. If you didn't actually block this person, the divine might have blocked them, and or you might have just mentally blocked them. Do you know what I mean? Like if you didn't really block them from like your phone, your email, Facebook, things like that, you might have just mentally put a block on it and been like, I'm just going to pretend like they don't exist. So like even like let's say you broke up with this water element and like 3 months later they shoot you a text. You just hit it, let it, come off alert or whatever, and then scroll back and then go about your business. You don't even need to look at it or read it. Like one of those kind of things. Like if you didn't block it, you just put it all out of your mind. Put this person out of your mind. Because I did that. I did that with the guy that swung back around the last 2 months, the guy that I was with for like 4 or 5 months in 2023. When I broke up with him at the end of July, I told you guys for like 2 weeks, he would call, he would text, and I would just keep, I would keep deleting them, or I would go in and just get out so that it wasn't like an alert on my phone. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like I never read any of his last texts in those 2 weeks. And I think he left me one voicemail. I want to say he left me one voicemail. I think. I did not like I had to listen to it to start it, to stop it, to get out of it, if that makes sense. But I didn't listen to the whole voicemail. And eventually when he stopped, I just deleted it all. Like I deleted the thread of text. I deleted the voicemail. I did not block him from my phone. I think I blocked him. I think I blocked him when I found out he had the girlfriend in October. So like three and a half months later, I July, August, September. Yeah, like 3.5 months later, I blocked him because I thought, well, you have a girlfriend. You don't need to call me or talk to me, so it shouldn't even matter. And then I did like I had him blocked for a little bit, and then when I had calmed down and gotten over it, just the thought of him possibly seeing someone else when he was seeing me, I just got rid of his phone number altogether. So like I did away with the block, but then I just deleted his phone number. And we were never friends on social media or anything like that. So I'm pretty good at just like blocking out bullshit. Um Maybe you are too. Or maybe if this hasn't happened to you yet, maybe you will be. When I lose interest, I lose interest. When somebody fucks me over, I lose interest. It's just gotten to the point in my life like I don't have time for bullshit. And if you're just going to keep feeding me bullshit, like I might as well just like get rid of it. Like I don't need it. It's just like when I stopped talking to him, was it last Monday or was it last Monday or the Monday before? I can't remember. Um and we agreed it was going nowhere. Well, yeah, I knew it was going nowhere cuz you wanted to have sex and I'm looking for an actual person to be in a relationship with. Like I told you 5 billion times. Anyway, I didn't block him. And he wasn't texting me. And we had in 2 months we had talked on the phone 3 times, I think. No voicemails or anything like that. So I got rid of the thread on the phone, and then no text, but he was instant messaging me through Facebook Messenger, and I just archived his messages. And yeah, that's it. Like it's out of sight, out of mind. Like whatever. Good luck, sir. Divine timing. So all of this is divine timing. Whenever you met this water element, or whenever you will meet them, right? The fact that this was some type of soul contract, um, it was just supposed to be this. You made it this, which there's nothing wrong with that. You know, again, I had the same thing with the guy. You know, we were supposed to be friends with benefits. I'm the one that said I wanted to be friends with benefits because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just coming off my divorce. And then after like 2.5 months, I realized I liked him. Not in love with him, but I liked him. And I thought, okay, well, maybe like we want to date and see what happens. And when I brought it up to him, he had a hissy fit. And that's when I got the feeling, okay, like he's just not interested in me like that, or he's seeing other people, which is fine because we were friends with benefits. That's all we were. And it was when that happened, when he had his little tantrum, that I was like already out the door. Because again, I don't put up with BS. And when he swung back around 2 months ago, I told him that. Like I admitted to him. I said, when you had your little tantrum, I said that's when I knew I was walking away. I said that was like May. That was like April or May. Anywho, to me, that was all divine timing. Just like this is all divine timing. Because really, my relationship with him led me to go back online to try and date online again after him for like a month. And then I realized, well, this isn't really what I want. I'm not finding anybody that I want, that I am interested in. And that's when I decided to become celibate. So by September, middle, end of September, somewhere in there, that's when I really made that decision, like no more dating. And then you guys know I signed up last year around my birthday to kind of look and see who was out there and what was going on. And again, just was not interested and got off there. I think officially in November I closed my OkCupid account, I think is what I had. I think I had Bumble too, but I don't know, Bumble's a joke. This is all meant to be some type of learning lesson for you. Let's just be honest. Because again, a soul contract doesn't necessarily mean somebody you're going to be with for the rest of your life. A soul contract doesn't even necessarily need to be a lover. A soulmate, a soulmate, um, could be a lover, could be a family member. You know, if you're really close to one of your family members and you just have that connection. It could be a friend. It could be an animal. Hell, the first time, one of the first videos I think I ever saw on TikTok was the one, it was the background sound of James Vanderbeek giving the speech about soulmates. Because they're like, what's a soulmate? And then he gives like the definition of a soulmate. And the video was, I think it was a woman and her dog, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just a beautiful video. And she thought that her dog was her soulmate. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, you're gonna have like many soulmates in many forms. Anywho, It's just a soul contract. It was supposed to be sex-based. I think the lesson is really just for you in that, again, not everything needs to be, like, how do you say it? Like, you're not going to fall in love with everyone and spend happily ever after with everyone. Maybe someone out there, you or someone else, is one of those people where they get into a relationship or they get into a connection and it's like, that's the one. They're the one. This is the one. And that's just not how it is. I mean, it's the one for right now, maybe, but it's, not everybody is going to be your emperor, your empress, your divine masculine, your divine feminine, your soulmate, your twin flame. Not everybody's going to be that. And you can take the context as it resonates, because there's nothing in the cards and there's nothing specific, just that you broke free from this soul contract with this water element. Did they cheat on you? Did they lie to you? I mean, I don't know. Take that as it resonates, because I'm not seeing anything specific. It could have been something as simply as you two got together, you had a few sexual encounters, you thought it was going to be more, and then they just never called you, and you called them and it went to voicemail, and you just eventually stopped talking to them. It could be something like that. Everybody's situation is going to be different. I think the moral of the story is you can let it go. Like, if this already happened, if for some reason you're still holding on to it, you can let it go. You don't need to romanticize it. It was what it was. Oh, pardon me. I think I'm going to leave it there. I spent 7 minutes talking about my work story. I'm going to leave it there because it's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty simple. And again, it's going to be viewer discretion because I'm not getting anything specific. And the only thing I really had to go by was my own story. And it's funny because the guy, he actually is a water element. He's a Scorpio with a lot of Libra in his chart. I did his chart when we were talking for the 2 months. A lot of Libra. I was a little surprised. I'm not going to lie. All right. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.